Okay. Whoops.
Got it.
Okay. So welcome again, everybody. Why? Here we go. Again, I'm Vicki. I've met all of you in person except Angela, and I'll be meeting you soon. Welcome to the meet and greet for the Magical Nile cruise. I hope you're all really excited. I think this is just going to be a spectacular trip. Small ship, not a lot of people. I don't know if you all read that we're going to be on a different ship than what was originally anticipated. It's a ship called the Historia, not the Hysteria. And it looks absolutely beautiful. So the thing I want to start with first is the final vacation details. You've all seen those? Yes. Okay. I was going to show you where to find them, but on the final vacation details, there was a checklist. So I'm just going to go down it really quickly. Your passport, of course, which needs to be valid for 6 months after your return date. Let me see if I can do a travel insurance certificate, which they may ask to see when you arrive in Egypt. They may or may not, but it is mandatory to have travel insurance. Your COVID vaccination card. And this is one of the reasons that there was, you might have seen differing things on, do we need a test to get into Egypt? And I'll go over that in a minute. The tourist visa. So if you are arriving on March 31st, no matter what time, everyone here is arriving March 31st, is that correct? Okay, so your visa will be taken care of when you meet the Avalon representative at the airport. So Avalon, we have provided Avalon with your flight details. They will have a person there to pick you up after you go through, you get your luggage and you exit into the arrivals area. There will be an Avalon representative waiting for you, with the sign. The sign will either say Avalon or have your last name or both, and that your visa will be taken care of. So you don't need to go online and pay for your visa. So there is the Avalon online guest information. Have you all gone onto that by any chance? And it's like a pre-registration?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And then there's the My Avalon account. So we lost Sam again. So you all should have received your travel documents as well from Singles Travel International within maybe last week or today.
I've gotten so many emails from y'all and from them. I probably have 60 pages of things I printed.
I know. I can show you let me share my screen with you for a minute.
I've printed out everything y'all sent. That
you did. Okay. Okay. Hi, Sam again. Okay. You were on Time Magazine? I'm going to try to unmute you.
Oh, shoot.
Unmute. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hey,
Praise the Lord. God
Yes.
Almighty. You know what? I don't mean to complain, Vicki, but you guys could improve your technical skills here.
The what?
Never mind. Okay, I can hear you.
You don't want to hear it, Vicki.
Okay.
Luckily, I was muted for a while there. You would have been upset.
Yeah, you were. I was trying to unmute you, and it wouldn't unmute. Well, Sam,
I think the problem was I have a hard time waiting for the Zoom to start, and so I had it on both devices, and that must have really screwed it up.
Okay, yeah, I saw that there were 2 devices. So Sam, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself too, since you didn't have a chance.
Oh, okay. This is Sam. I know Barbara and Sandra. We've been on, in fact, And I was on the cruise that got the COVID thing at the last minute. We didn't go to Israel, remember?
We didn't go to Croatia either.
Well, no, this was the 3-continent cruise. I don't think we're supposed to go to Croatia.
Well, I was supposed to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's been the most canceled cruise of all time. I think they're offering it in 23, but maybe not.
They
Yeah,
are.
they are.
They are.
August, I think, Sam.
And it's full.
The 3 continents, yeah. Yeah, I was saying that was the last cruise when we were on that March of 2020. Remember, the whole world was shutting down all around us.
Yeah, did you have any trouble getting back?
On that trip, I had to buy a new airfare. And then I came home like 2 days later through Istanbul. I was able to get home.
Yeah, I had a nonstop from Athens, but that got canceled. And then to get that, I had driven to Newark, which was sort of a pain in the ass from Philly, but it wasn't out of the question. But then I had to go back to Newark to get my car. And Trump, somebody in New York had pissed Trump off, so the global entry was unavailable.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh God.
So Sam, is it snowy there in Pennsylvania?
No, it's 74 degrees. Right now.
Wow. Okay.
This is the warmest day of all time on this day.
Oh my gosh.
But it's going to be cooler tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I just got back from the Tahiti cruise.
Tahiti.
That was very nice.
The pictures looked amazing.
And Tammy managed to sell most of us to go to Fiji, to New Zealand and Fiji in January of 23, which in retrospect, it was a good deal, but I'm not so sure now.
Well, hey, now we're talking Egypt. We're getting excited for a completely different type of trip, right?
This should be good.
From palm trees and coconut drinks now will be like what?
So-
Falafel and I don't know what they drink there. Definitely not alcohol.
So I had one question. We have like 2 nights before we get on the ship, or 3 nights.
Yeah, we get on the ship, I think, on April
4th,
3rd.
I think, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. There was a excursion for a small, Nile dinner cruise. Did you see that offered?
Yes.
So we have a dinner cruise belly dance. That's the signature experience when we come back to Cairo on the tail end. So don't purchase that because it's already included with SPI.
With the deal. Okay, I got you.
Yep.
All right.
So I was just going over the important things that we all need, and I was going to try to share my screen here. Let's see. Okay, so this is the checklist that was on the final vacation details. Then this is what your travel documents look like that should have been emailed to you. So it has your booking confirmation number, and it has so much good information. So if you haven't, so April, let's see, start date April 1. No, it doesn't have that. So it tells you everything you confirmed for. It has our air flights, our intra-Egypt air flights. It should have your airfare for the tour itself. If you're flying on the tour dates, it shows that your transfers are included if you are indeed traveling March 31st and April 10th. Okay, this says, this is general. In some airports, the drivers may not be able to enter the terminal. We've been told they will be. I will definitely relay any information to you about that if the drivers for some reason are not able to enter. We have been told they'll be waiting for you with a sign. And again, the visa will be taken care of. So don't go online and purchase a visa if you're arriving on March 31st. Okay, so this is just all your travel documents. Very good information in here.
Vicky, it looked like a bunch of us were coming in on the same flight from Heathrow. I think it's 384 maybe.
Okay, I have not yet looked at the flight information. So what I would recommend is going on the trip chat on the trip page. So if you all go here, this is the Nile page. You can go over here on the left, you see trip chat, and you can put in, hey, I'm arriving on this flight, and you can arrange at least maybe to meet up at a lounge, have a drink together, you know, in London, wherever you're hanging out, and then you'll all be picked up together. Okay. Also, today I downloaded the Avalon Go app, which is very nice. Let me just show you. You can see.
I've done that also.
Okay, so as we get nearer, I have not been able to get any time specific information from Avalon yet. For instance, the day we fly to Luxor, what time will our planes? Even on the app, there are no times. Don't worry about that. We are going to be with an Avalon representative the entire time, even at the hotel in Cairo. So everything will be taken care of. Everything will be seamless. But as time approaches, the exact times should be on the app. And it's a really nice app to use when you're traveling. You can add photos, it can track you and show a map for you to keep afterward. It's a really nice and handy thing. It also shows you the excursions and optional excursions that you can purchase if you want. It says tourist visa. Again, that is only if you were arriving March 30th or before. Then there is the Egypt Health Declaration form. So that looks like this. I meant to fill this out. I have not yet. I just actually got my airfare today.
I could never get to the declaration form. Everything I clicked on sent me to the visa. So
Okay, let me see. Let me see here.
I'm not seeing that.
Because you're right, this is the visa thing.
Yeah, I didn't have any luck with the declaration form either.
See, it says here, Egypt Health Declaration form, right here.
A battery is dying. I've got to go plug in.
Travel restrictions. Where can I find the health? Interesting.
It sounded like this was something you might just have to have on your person or fill out if somebody asked you about it, but I may have misinterpreted that.
Yeah, you know, when I've traveled, for instance, to Greece and Italy last summer, we needed a passenger locator form. And
oh God, yes.
I think this is something similar to that, but why? You're right.
Is it part of that large document that was sent by Avalon?
No, this should
Nah.
be.
That could have been a lot smaller if they didn't put one line on each page, but that's all right.
So far, I haven't seen this to my knowledge.
This was just in the, right here, in the final vacation details. It says health declaration form, but you're right, when I click on this, where can I find it? Let's see.
it says online, but it doesn't tell you where.
Okay, you know what? I am going to, after this meeting, I will get a link. I thought this was the link. Sorry about that, everybody. Let me just see. Okay, another thing is we do need a RT-PCR test to enter Egypt. Now, you might have seen something saying that even if you're vaccinated, you don't. However, when I look here, Kimberly and I have done a lot of, research about this. It says,
They don't believe our vaccination.
Exactly, because we don't have a QR code that, and it's really funny that we don't have a QR code. However, because the United States, we don't have a QR code for our COVID certificate, you might run into problems if you don't also have a backup PCR test. So, okay. Is a negative COVID test required? Yes. You need a PCR test with the quick response code, which they'll give you. So taken 72 hours before, this makes it nice, before your flight departure time. So you're not having to calculate, okay, Egypt is 8 hours or 7 hours ahead and blah, blah, blah. So make sure it's a PCR test. So it cannot be a rapid antigen. So there are rapid PCR tests. Those are very expensive, or they're the regular PCR tests, which sometimes places you can still get them for free or for a very nominal fee.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
So the kind you go in and they swab your nose is not acceptable. Is that
No,
correct?
that is.
That's the same thing. It just.
Okay, so
whether
I
they-
can just go in and get my nose swabbed at the hospital or wherever, and that works,
Exactly.
right?
Walgreens, Rite Aid, it just has to be, it can't be one of the ones, well, I don't want to say the ones that are available in an hour, because PCR tests can also be available in an hour, but they cost about $250. All you have to do.
I got a deal for $150 at one of those minute clinic things, but who knows?
Okay,
So you just make sure it's a PCR test.
okay, I need.
Has anybody, I mean, you've gotten them from CVS and Walgreens, because what I'm finding out here, and I've been trying for 2 days to find something, they want 5 days for return of the results.
No, they look it up on the internet, and I have a those rapid the minute clinic and urgent care, and they all do it.
That's
Okay,
what
so-
I've been calling, and I've got, everything is 5 days is all they'll guarantee me.
Well,
So I'm confused here. I went to the Baptist hospital here a couple of times when I thought I might have had it, and I tested negative, but that was just the nose swab, and I got the answer within an hour. So that's not what
Right.
we want, right?
you want the
Probably
nose
not.
swab, but they're testing for something. They test it a different way.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just have to ask for a PCR test.
yeah.
Okay,
Tell them you need it to fly to Egypt and it has to be a PCR. So
Okay.
Barbara, one of
And
the things I would
all the
say,
QR means is quick response.
yeah, so it should come at the end with the QR, which everyone I've had for travel has had the QR code showing that it's a negative test. Print
Okay.
that, print it
There's a
out.
code, Sam, yeah.
Barbara, unfortunately, so if you're not able, what about, are you able to get the rapid PCR? They're very expensive, but you'd be guaranteed to have it within 24 hours.
Yeah, so far not. That's why I was wondering where everybody's getting theirs, if there was someplace I hadn't checked yet.
What airport?
No, I haven't
Look
even checked.
online. They'll tell you probably, because I was
So I have,
surprised.
Sam, and I've called, and they say 3 to 5 days online, so I'll call and they say, well, 5 days, maybe 3, but we're not going to guarantee it'll be back.
Okay, your airport, what, most of the airports now have a place where you can get one, and that's going to be the fast ones usually, and expensive, but you can get them.
Okay.
So what's your home airport?
Charleston.
Okay, oof. I would,
Yeah, I know. See,
I'll do some
I'm not a
looking.
planner.
I'll do some looking for you too.
Thank you.
But the Charleston Airport, that might be a good place to start too. And you've tried your hospitals?
Yeah, the Charleston Airport, actually, the Medical University of South Carolina does it at the airport, but I have not checked the turnaround at the airport.
Okay.
So I
I
can
know I
check
had
that.
one in Miami over Christmas to go to St. Martin, and I'm trying to remember now if I didn't need it within, but they had them within an hour or within 24 hours. So that would be probably your best resource.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I have not checked with the airport, but I do know that the university is doing it at the
Okay.
airport.
So check with that. If that doesn't work, I'll do some looking around for you too.
Thank you.
So all we have to know is that the test needs to be taken, administered, not the results received. The test taken within 72 hours of your flight departure time, okay?
What do you mean that the results don't have to be there? I'm
Well,
confused.
I mean, you need the results before you fly.
Obviously, yeah,
Yeah,
but it can't be more than 72 hours.
no,
Okay,
not more than 72 hours.
okay,
Nope. Yeah.
Class.
all right.
So does anyone else, let me just see here if I can do Egypt Health Declaration, and then I can at least put this into the chat for you. Here's Egypt Air, let's see. Right here. I'm gonna put this link into the chat. Okay, so you can download this. Where's my chat here?
Oh my God.
This is getting so complicated. I think I'm just gonna go to Florida to the beach. Oh my gosh.
Let's see if I can go into the chat here. Whenever I'm sharing my screen, it's a little difficult. I might have to stop sharing just so I can do this into the chat.
Is anybody flying through Frankfurt? Am I the only one?
I am.
Oh, you are?
I don't think we're in the same time though.
Okay, and I'm flying back through Frankfurt, but I have to spend 12 hours from 8:35 at night to 8:35 in the morning.
Oh,
Before I
no.
Yes, I booked a hotel room next to the,
Yeah.
to the air. Okay, so you're flying through Frankfurt. Too bad we're not gonna be on the same one.
Oh
No,
my goodness.
I checked to see on the list if I was on the flight with anybody. I'm not, so.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
too
flight
bad.
information's on that list.
Yeah,
Oh, I have not seen a list. I've only seen my flight information. Which list? I'm
I'll
not,
show you here again. I'll share my screen again. It was on the final vacation details.
I printed it all out today. Okay.
So let's see, I'll go down, 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 down.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, I haven't stapled all those pages together.
Here we go. So these are
Okay.
the arrival flights. So Sam, I know we have your info now. I know that it still says provide because this had already been printed.
I said it today, Vicky, but
Yeah.
that I get so confused where she says outbound and inbound.
I know.
What does it start with? Inbound, right?
It starts with
Never
what?
mind.
Yeah,
I don't like the way the form is laid out. It's a pain in the ass to fill it out on a small, in a handheld device.
I would think outbound is when you're departing the US, inbound is coming back.
Yeah, I agree. So none of us are on the same flights. Too bad.
Let's see here.
and
Heathrow. So Susan, Barbara, oh no, sorry, not Barbara. I mean, Linka and Sam, you're on that?
Yep.
And then I don't know about Chris. He still has to give us his flight info.
To be provided.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah,
one.
mine
that-
changed.
Linka probably, I'm surprised she has her flight information in there.
It's in there. I mean, I hope that's correct, but it's been sent out. So if it's not, and I was hoping that she would show up. I really thought the whole group would show up tonight since there's so much information here, but so when you all arrive at the airport, again, there will be a representative from Avalon to meet you. They will provide you with the visa information. You'll transfer to the hotel. And then on the 31st, so we're going to be at a beautiful hotel, the Marriott Mena House. I mean, look at that. Can you believe in 3 weeks, we are going to be, it's amazing at this, this area is so rich in history. So I will be from 4 to 5. I didn't see what time you all are getting in. Let's see.
3:15 for the Heathrow flight.
Okay, yeah,
2:15 for Sandra from Frankfurt.
okay.
Barbara, what time? I don't have my copy in here. What time do you get in from Frankfurt?
Very late. I'm not coming from Frankfurt.
I
Oh.
am. I get in at 2:15.
2:15.
Yeah, what time I do. So we're not on the same flight
You know
though.
what? I bet you are on the same flight. It just one has United Airlines. Oh no, United and Delta aren't coach. Wait.
Well,
Yeah.
Sandra may arrive earlier,
I'm not
LA.
on Delta. I'm on United, which is
Frankfurt.
Lufthansa at that point, I believe.
Yes, you are on the same flight.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
just get into Frankfurt earlier probably than.
Yeah, one is
Everybody else may be-
Lufthansa and the other one is United, but it's a code share.
Yes,
I'm
coach. Yeah.
Pretty certain you two are on the same flight. Okay,
Oh,
well,
great.
perfect. So that day at the Mena House, I will be somewhere in the lobby with the hospitality desk set up. So you'll see me. That will be between 4 and 5. If you get in and you get in before then, you're tired. If you don't, go to the hospitality desk. I will be at 6 p.m. at it's called the Lobby Lounge, and we'll have a cocktail hour together. And I know everyone's going to be probably exhausted. So dinner that evening, we'll just have at the restaurant, the hotel restaurant, which is called 139 Pavilion. So that will be at 7 p.m. So if you don't make it to the hospitality desk, I'll have the happy hour 6. If you don't make it to the happy hour, look for me at the dinner in the restaurant at 7. Anyways, I'll be in your hotel and I'll have your welcome packets for you. I will have a weekly schedule for everybody. The one thing that's difficult during COVID is getting the information from the cruise lines beforehand as to times, specific times. So I may not have specific times until the day before, and then I will provide you all with that information, but I will have a schedule to give you, at least with the excursions during the day, the optional excursions. Has anyone purchased any optional excursions?
No.
If you can,
No, I have not.
can I ask one thing before we get off
Yes,
this
of
topic?
course.
What time is breakfast? Because I probably won't be in till midnight.
Yeah, I was gonna do breakfast on the later side the next morning, so probably like 8:30 to 10.
Because I don't think you want me to wake you up when I come in.
No, and I would have left a note under your door, but
Okay,
I think on my schedule, I have 8:30 to 10 that I'll be at breakfast.
okay. If it changes or if you want to stick one, go ahead and stick it. Just anyway for me.
Yeah, I
You don't mind?
will. I
Thank
can,
you.
sometimes I leave the information at the check-in desk for people if they arrive late, but then they don't always get it. So I will have your information waiting for you at breakfast the next morning.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have one question. My flight home leaves from Cairo on the 10th at 7 a.m. So I probably won't get breakfast, but that won't be any problem to get to the airport.
Not at all. Anytime you have anytime your flight is, Avalon will provide the transfer. Yeah,
Very good.
yeah. Yeah, my flight that morning it's a little later, like 8:30, I think.
I think I have the earliest one,
What's that? What time?
You got the 2 o'clock, didn't you?
1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's pretty early.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's just
So what-
just technically April 10th.
yes.
Yeah. So, and right now, I'm not even sure that's gonna go, and I'll talk to you about it later, but my flight got changed again already. So,
Did it really?
Stay over another day. I leave at 6:30 on the 11th.
yeah, and I'm gonna have to play with it. And I'll talk to you afterwards, because I talked to Tammy and we're still up in the air right now, so.
The Lufthansa flights were at 4 a.m. And finally I was not going to leave at 4 a.m. in the morning. So there was one at 2:30 p.m., but that's the one that keeps me in Frankfurt for 12 hours. But I'd rather do that, I guess, than leave at 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't know. That flight. I changed the flight, actually.
Oh, my goodness.
You
Well,
wonder how they
that's another
schedule that.
thing. You know, I'll be with you if you have flight issues, and hopefully, I mean, as Sam knows, on that trip in March of 2020, I'd say more than half of everyone's flights were canceled for the return. And it was, you know, I don't think we're in that place anymore, thank goodness.
Hope
But,
not, yeah.
but I'll, you know, we have a nice small group with us. I think there are 9 of us, including me. Or only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't know. It looked like 7 or 8. I don't
8
know.
of us, including me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, sometimes people don't want to show up on the thing, but I don't know.
No, that's it. That's everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's everybody.
You
So,
can check, don't show me on the going thing.
so you can go online now and you can purchase your optional excursion if you want. Let me just see if, no, okay, good. Because the belly dancing, there is a belly dancing Nile cruise on what day would that be? Let me just think. April
9th, probably, right?
Yeah, it's April 9th. Don't purchase that one. That one is included. That is our STI signature experience. So if you go online, you'll see that. It's not listed here because we've already purchased that for you all. So don't.
Do you
You're
recommend
saying
any of
if we
these?
signed up for the earlier one, it would just be the same thing.
I don't know if that's a belly dancing one. Is it this? I wonder why it's not on here.
Is the belly dancing thing a cruise?
I believe so. It's a Nile River cruise. Let me go on the app real quick. It is day 9. Yes, Nile River cruise with dinner and belly dancing. That we've already purchased for everybody on the 9th.
So this is like the States and everything. They're bars, and even though it's sort of a Muslim country, they don't care if everybody drinks, I guess.
Okay, so when in most, like in Morocco and Egypt, on that cruise, you'll be able to drink. Yes, on our ship, we'll be able to drink, absolutely. Typically, if you go into a hotel restaurant, like at the Mena House, you will be able to get alcohol. A lot of restaurants, if you're just out exploring on your own, most of the restaurants
Maybe not. Yeah.
will not have alcohol, correct?
Now they had one thing about the dress. They said no need to bring sport coats. Is that sort of what we're going to do or not?
Yeah, you don't need to bring a sport coat.
Okay.
Yep, you don't need to.
But the bathing suits and like we're saying, any shorts or anything at all?
So I meant to get back to you, Barbara. I've been back and forth with them so many times, and they haven't gotten any information to me other than on board the ship. And you don't have to prescribe to the what do you call it? Protocols for a Muslim country. Whether you can walk around in a bathing suit or not, that they haven't answered to me. But like at dinner, if you want to wear a sleeve, that's completely fine because we're on the ship.
I thought I read that somewhere. I plan on dressing up a little more. I'm not going to wear shorts and capris. Sorry. I'm bringing dresses to wear at dinner.
Yeah.
Or long.
So all I mean is like when we're out and traveling,
I understand.
As women, we shouldn't, like the shirt you're wearing, Sandra.
Oh no, I would. I have a wrap around it. Yeah, sure.
Yes, bring that because it will likely be, you know, nice and warm. Just bring a light shawl or something to cover your shoulders, and don't wear anything that exposes your knees. Nothing with too much, well, no cleavage.
Actually, planning on bringing some maxi dresses to. I read an article about a woman who recently went and she took 7 maxi dresses to wear, looking at the pyramids, very lightweight things. And
and
what I'm doing.
we're going to be touring and traveling, and we'll be,
Right.
you can see in the photo behind me,
Right.
we'll be in areas that are dusty. And, so,
Right.
just wear things that you're comfortable in. You might
Right.
like a nice, like a Tiva, but maybe with a closed toe, just because, it's going to be a little bit dusty and dirty at times. So you definitely during the day, whether it's a dress or whatever, just make sure you wear something comfortable. And for the women, always have like a light scarf. I'll bring a couple extra ones in case people forget. And then they're usually, I'm remembering when I was at the pyramids, they were selling, they sell beautiful scarves and things like that you can buy. But so just to be respectful of their customs there, but on the ship, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I just didn't know if a bathing suit at all, but it would be okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah, they have a swimming pool, so you have to wear a bathing
Yeah, you
suit.
can wear you can wear a
Yeah.
bathing suit, whether
A
like.
Muslim bathing suit.
Yes, Sam?
A Muslim.
What did you
No,
say?
Vicky, remember how crowded it was at the pyramids? I was sure I was going to get the disease. All these people, it's like being in a riot or something, but it's probably going to be less now.
I think so. I tell
What
you,
day is the hot air balloon thing? Because
that is going to be, let me look, I think it's April 5th. Yeah, April 5th, really early in the morning.
Can I opt out?
Of course you can opt out, but Sam, why would you? We're gonna wake you up and we're gonna make you go. It's gonna be spectacular. It's
You
like
might make me go, but I'm not getting in that damn balloon. I'll tell you that.
it's like a 4:30 a.m. pickup time. And
Oh,
I know.
I've already opted out.
It's because it's a sunrise balloon ride. And then
Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll change my mind.
yeah, see how you
Come on,
feel.
yeah, you've got to do that. Will we get on the hot air balloon? I guess not. We'll be flying over the country. We won't have champagne that morning.
Sure,
shame.
why not?
They're
Bring our
going to
own.
have a light breakfast and light refreshment.
Okay,
I don't know if they'll have champagne,
I bet not.
but they will have light refreshment. I know that. Yeah. Does
Oh,
anyone
God,
else
I
have
guess I
questions
gotta go.
about I if you can look in the chat, I put the link to that declaration form. I'll also, I probably won't do it tonight, but tomorrow morning, I'll also send out an email to everyone with this link again, just because the people who weren't here tonight are having the same issue. So I will.
You don't think there's any chance like here where they're going to change some of these rules before we go?
I don't know. We're looking at them, like I'm looking at this stuff pretty much now, almost every day. So if it does change, obviously I'll let you know. Like if it would be wonderful if we don't need to have a COVID test to enter.
Yeah, because I've got it set up. They said I could just walk in. I could walk to the place from my house, but it's $150, and I don't think the insurance pays for that.
No. So were you getting the rapid, Sam, or the
rapid PCR?
Yeah, the rapid PCR. So how come you're not getting just a regular PCR? Because you don't think it'll come back in time?
No, it didn't say. Yeah, basically yes.
Okay, I was gonna say because
yeah, pretty much that's why.
Yeah,
but I guess it does, but I don't know.
Well,
they say 3 days. So if it's 3 days, it's 72 hours,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If they can't guarantee, they being the people who give us the test, can't guarantee when we're going to get it back. And if we go 5 days before and it comes back sooner, then that's going to be more than 7 hours. How do we do that? I mean, how do you do that?
So what you have to do is start at the 72-hour mark before your flight departure. And then make your appointment. I would make your appointment for as close to that 72 hour as possible and see what they say first. If they're saying, 3 to 5 days, just for peace of mind, you might want to pay the extra money and get the rapid PCR, just so you feel.
Gotcha.
Well, the regular PCR costs money too, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I've always gotten those for free at my Rite Aid.
And they guarantee you that it will come back within a certain length of time?
It normally, I haven't had one of those. Gosh, it's been since 2021 that I can remember. And it was at that point, 48 hours.
Yeah.
When it was really, even then it was only 48 hours. And sometimes I got it back within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a French PCR test thing, but it doesn't have my booster shot.
See, that's
Does
the thing too. I got the QR code for my first two, because I had them in Massachusetts, but I got my booster in another state, and that state doesn't have the QR code. And so if I showed the QR code for my first two, it would show that I'm past, too much time has elapsed. So yeah.
Are you
Where
saying
was it?
we have to have the booster? I haven't read anything about that.
I had the booster.
Okay.
Where does the QR code show up? I am looking at my card right now. How do you know if it's
No,
Nothing
QR?
on a card.
we don't have a QR code on our cards. But
You said-
That's the problem.
when you go to Europe, they're
Uh-huh.
all digital. Everything, you walk into a restaurant, they scan their QR code. For some reason, the United States, it's state by state. So Angela, to answer your question, again, traveling in Europe, a lot of times if your last test, if it has been more than,
Oh,
I think 6 months, correct?
Your last test or your last
Sounds
shot?
right.
I'm sorry, your last
Test.
COVID vaccine.
I mean, shot. Yeah.
If more than 6 months has elapsed, then your vaccine, they were still requiring you to have a PCR test, even though you were vaccinated. So we need a PCR test anyways, as long as you're vaccinated. But it will get, some countries are saying if your last vaccine was more than 6 months ago, you need to get the booster to show that less time has elapsed.
Yeah, your QR code is basically an official record of when you got vaccinated and all of that stuff versus somebody faking a vaccination card on the Xerox, pretty much.
It's really funny, like showing up and, you're in Europe and here we have this little piece of paper and
paper, right.
And that's why on the US Embassy site in Egypt, it says that there's no guarantee, like let's say you enter Egypt and you have the US card, that there's no guarantee that would be accepted. So to have the test as an extra layer of protection.
Okay, I don't think in Missouri they're doing the QR codes on the test results.
Angela, most states are not.
Okay.
And I've traveled in Europe now, like all last summer, and not a problem with my CDC card.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a problem. It is the recognized vaccination card of the United States. We just don't have a systemized QR, nationwide QR policy.
So we all got tested at the last on the Tahiti trip.
Yeah.
But it wasn't quite the right time to get off. But the guy faked it and put 9 o'clock rather than 5 o'clock on the thing. We all breezed right through.
Oh my gosh.
What's Tahiti? What the hell?
Alan joke now.
See, that's the thing. That's what's difficult. The policy is different for each country. You know, some of them it's timed, like flying to St. Martin, it had to be timed within 48 hours of your arrival. And, you know, it's
Oh
a
my-
different time zone. And so people are like, ah, but the nice thing coming back, going to Egypt, it's 72 hours by your flight departure, and also returning, it's 1 calendar day. It is not an hourly. So at any time, if you take the test on March 9th, at any time, it's valid to enter the United States at any time on March 10th. So, and then for Angela, and then we have one other person who's staying an extra day, I think. No, maybe it is just you, Angela. I'll help. No, there is one other person. I'll help you all figure out where to get tested to return to the States. Okay.
You know, in the global entry, they don't really even give you that little piece of paper after you go through the kiosk.
I know, I noticed
just-
that when I returned.
They
last
just say,
time.
go ahead. And I think you could sort of just wander through there and, you know, come in. I'm not sure. Just pretend like, you know, you're doing all this
Just
stuff.
pretend. In Egypt.
Don't really
they're
put
not
your
gonna
hand in
want us
there
to
and go,
pretend. In Egypt, the
That's a-
security is pretty tight.
I bet. So I have a
Question
question.
about excursions.
Okay,
Is there an excursion that we should really do? Out of all of them, is there something we should actually sign up for, and maybe people, all of us or most of us want to go? Or, I mean, is there something that we are not doing that we should definitely do?
so the only ones, okay, so the way that it usually works on Avalon is that the ones that are listed as included, you usually have the chance to, wait, let me go back to where you all are. And that's the thing, I wish they had given, I wish I knew what times, because it's hard to know, are 2 running consecutively? You know, they call them classic. They're the
Yeah.
included ones, or do you have the opportunity to do all 3 in a given day? The last time I did an Avalon cruise, we were busy. You get back, usually back to the ship for lunch. They give you the opportunity to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner on board the ship, which is nice. So I will say that of the classic ones, I'm hoping that we will do most all of those. And then the only option, the only ones then you have to choose from are these 1, 2, 3 optional ones. You know, I haven't done any of these before, Barbara. So my opinion is, you're in Egypt. When are you going to be going back? Maybe take advantage of as much as you can. I'm hoping that in the next week or 2, I might have some answers as to, okay, on this day, you'll have a choice of these 2 classic and go on this. And then we can decide as a group, you know, hey,
Yeah.
what do we all want to do? But likely that won't be happening until we're all together in Egypt.
Do you know how full the ship is going to be?
I read only 50%.
Ah,
So there probably won't be any sellouts. There's that one expensive one that flies somewhere, and
Yeah, it is the flight to Abu Simbu. It's a 6-hour excursion. It's $390 per person. Impressive twin rock temples featuring 4 colossal statues of Ramses II. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And then there's the Philae Temple Sound and Light Spectacular. So that seems like it might be in the evening. And then on the 4th, there's the Temple of Karnak, Sound and Light. So those are 2 evening.
you know, when I signed up for the Avalon account, I found out that I already had an account on Avalon
Oh, so
from 2018 on a Brand X singles travel thing.
okay.
And, but they have a deal there that a welcome back that you get a $200 credit on excursions.
Excellent.
But they have to, I had to put in the details and I haven't heard back from them if I'm going to get it or not. It's like a Danube River cruise
I wonder why.
in 2018.
Yeah, so if you don't hear back from them, Sam, write into service at to Kimberly, and
Yeah.
they can look into it for you, because if it's yours, you're owed that.
Yeah. Yeah. But it wasn't through Singles Travel, but it was another travel group.
Okay, but still, that's tied to your reservation to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I'll follow up on it.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Okay. So are you all feeling pretty good about everything? I know, Barbara, you still need to, feel good about knowing that you'll get your test, but maybe tomorrow you could contact the airport. Like, I know I had mine at Miami Airport. It was so easy and seamless. So find out. Then how about if that's not an option for whatever reason, let me know, and then I'll start trying to find something. And you're flying through which airport? Into where?
Right now through JFK and Paris.
Oh, okay.
Vicky, I think there might be an online PCR test that we took in Miami.
That wasn't PCR.
No, those will not be
That was
allowed.
Antigen.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The problem here is that not getting the test done, but almost everybody everybody that I know sends them out to labs.
Yeah.
For the results. And
Yeah.
so they're not guaranteeing.
Yeah, so you're
Because
probably going
everybody's
to have
tested.
to pay for the more expensive rapid PCR,
Yeah.
just to know for certain that you'll get your
Yeah.
results back. Yeah. Yeah, I need to schedule mine as well. I haven't even, I just got my airfare today.
Question about pounds. How much Egyptian pounds do we need, and where and when is the best place to get them?
I think the best place personally, unless you have a really wonderful bank at home that doesn't charge you a high rate of exchange, I always get my money out of ATMs when I arrive at the destination.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there'll probably be some wonderful opportunities. I mean, I know I'm a shopper, if you're not a shopper, to buy something nice when you go, last time we were there, I remember some of the people bought some pretty jewelry, some gold jewelry, just unique things. So I'd say a minimum of probably, I mean, all the meals are included. Pretty much. There are a couple days, I think, where you might need to buy a couple of meals because we're traveling. Yeah, because we're in the hotels. That's right.
Yeah, to start, I think it's only breakfast, right?
Yeah, you're right. At the beginning and end. So $300 to $500 US worth of Egyptian pounds, I would think.
Vicky?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Will they not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Visa.
It didn't sound like they took American Express.
Yeah, I was going to
on
say
the boat.
American Express isn't widely accepted, but Visa and MasterCard are.
Except
Yeah.
in Russia.
What?
Except in Russia.
Yeah.
They were.
Gosh,
until
don't even
yesterday.
mention.
Yeah.
I have another, please.
You what?
Can you hear me?
It's going in and out, Sandra.
Another question?
Sure.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Okay. My flight from Cairo leaves at 2:30 in the afternoon. Now
Okay.
I'll have 12 hours in the Frankfurt airport. So will that make my test still valid? The test going back to the States?
What day do you arrive back in the United States? The 10th, the 11th?
I think so. I'd have to look back. I can't remember.
Is-
I guess, yeah.
Oh, wait. No, I mean the 10th.
No.
I mean the 10th. I'm sorry.
No, I don't arrive on the 10th. I don't arrive until the 11th in the United States. I will not arrive at the 10th. I don't leave until 2:30 in the afternoon on the 10th.
Okay,
10th, and
right. But you're flying back 8 hours.
I
You
will
have
not,
a 12-hour layover. Okay.
and I will not be back into the States until the 11th,
That's
period.
interesting. So
Oh,
we might need to get you a test on the 10th. Can you hear me, Sandra?
I can.
If you're
Yes,
not
can you hear?
arriving back into the States until the 11th, your test
turned
will
in-
need to be taken on the 10th,
Okay, the day I leave.
the day you leave. So
Right.
let me make a note. I'm going to ask Avalon if they can get you tested on the 10th at the hotel versus, yeah.
Okay. So most people are leaving on the 10th, but they arrive back to their homes on the 10th also, is that?
Correct.
Yeah, I wish I could. I can't.
Yeah, okay. So Sandra needs tests.
That's the best thing about going to Europe. You get back early.
Right.
On August.
Let's see if they'll test me on the 11th.
And then, right. But if you're not staying at their hotel
I am. I'm
in
staying
the
at the Hilton.
program, oh, you're staying still at the Hilton.
Yeah, I switched over to the. Hilton.
Okay, so Angela, let me ask about that. Needs on the 11th and Sandra on the 10th. Okay. Okay, great.
Okay, great. I'm glad I asked that question.
I am
wasn't sure.
too. Yes. Is everyone feeling pretty good about everything?
One more
Yeah,
thing I
sure.
thought about. I read something where we can take one piece of luggage on the boat. Does that
Okay.
include a carry-on?
That is another question that I've emailed in, and the rep is back in the office tomorrow. So
Okay.
I will have I saw that too, and I'm like, what? Yes. I've never
Okay.
heard of that before.
I've had it happen before.
You have,
I
okay.
have when I was I think we were in Greece, and we ended up having to find another way to do something with the other bag.
Okay, yeah, I saw that and asked Marie, and she was out all last week, and she's back in the office tomorrow. So I will have that question answered. So I'll be sending out another email to everybody before the trip. I will send an email also, excuse me, with this link to the help declaration form. And then you all have my cell phone number. It should have been on the final vacation details. And also my email is vparker. I'll put it in the chat here. V.
You know, Vicki, they on those Avalon details, they had something about a Historia ship. Are we
Yes,
on
so
the
we-
Flora or the Historia?
Historia. I'm
It's-
sorry they changed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they changed the ship. The Historia does look very, very nice. They said has less capacity on board, but the cabins are as big. You know, so it sounds like it might be maybe a little bit even nicer ship than the one that we were originally scheduled to go on.
Vicki, did you look at it online, the
Yeah.
Historia? Yeah, and the Farha is dressier looking. It has tablecloths and things. The Historia, I don't see a tablecloth on any of the tables. They're
Oh,
just
really?
wood.
Oh, I'll have to go
Wood.
back and look.
Go back and look. I was a little disappointed.
We'll have to bring our own, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
I mean,
kind
it's
of IKEA.
a very modern looking ship rather than
Oh, yeah.
old world.
It's funny, as soon as I got that email from Avalon, then I was on another, it's kind of like a site for travel agents. And this very high-end company was touting, we have a new ship, the Historia. And I was like, oh my gosh. So that's interesting. I have to go back and look at it a little bit better.
Okay,
I think
Vicki, I have one more.
2021, we just came out.
What?
Yeah, it's new.
I think it said 2021 was when it
It's a brand new
was
ship.
launched.
My last question, Vicki, is that on a lot of the correspondence, it had Beverly Hills Travel Agency with your name. Are you,
My name?
Yes, Vicky
Yeah, no,
Parker.
Beverly
No,
Hills.
That's
like
Tammy's
travel-
mom's travel agency.
Yeah, it's like the parent company to Singles Travel.
oh, I wonder what that was. I didn't understand what
Yeah,
that
and
was.
my name, I don't know why they have my name because I'm the representative they've been working with from Singles Travel.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell you, I got every form they sent to you all. They also sent me all of your forms for the past.
Oh my God.
Oh, we should have signed up for you to fill them out.
Really? Yeah.
We have that service now, Sam.
I know it's a little pricey.
It is a bit pricey. I would love for y'all to do it, but
If you
This-
moan and groan enough,
Yeah, and this trip seems,
Sandra, they may fill it out for you.
you,
Anyhow.
will they say them without charging? I don't think so.
this trip seems easier than other trips I've taken. Like,
Seems complicated to me.
like the PLF and the-
Believe me, none of them are easy with all this testing. It's really
Yeah.
a pain in the ass.
yeah. But it's going to be worth it. We're going to have a fantastic time and I mean, I can't believe that we're going to be here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really
so
great.
Yeah.
the other
Time to
thing
get
they
there.
said about the dining room, and on the Tahiti trip, a couple of guys complained about not being able to wear, t-shirts and shorts into the dining room. But I
No,
think they want the men to wear, like long pants and
Yes.
collared shirt.
Yeah, it's not like, a Norwegian cruise where people come in and like a normal, what you would wear. You don't have to wear a sport coat, but like a collared shirt and a pair of pants. And ladies, like I'll probably bring just some lightweight dresses, nothing fancy, but just, capris.
And I don't think they actually go crazy if somebody sneaks in with a t-shirt, but whatever.
Yeah.
oh, I think they need to dress up a bit. I'm sorry. I'm
Well,
very
you could,
old world.
you could be the monitor, Sandra.
I'm not going to monitor anybody, but I've decided I'm going to dress the way I want to dress.
You can tell them at Bushwick, we don't wear t-shirts in the clubhouse.
Right. Oh, Sam.
Okay, so I'm going to keep you all updated if I hear anything else that comes up. I'll keep you updated. Like I said, tomorrow I'll send you an email. I might wait until the afternoon just to see if I hear back from the rep from Avalon to answer those questions too about the luggage and the PCR tests.
Right.
But sometime tomorrow, you'll all receive an email from me. And in just a few short weeks, I'll be seeing you in Cairo.
Woo.
Wait,
Where are you now?
I'm in my parents in Sunapee, New Hampshire.
Not in Greece yet, huh?
No,
No.
unfortunately.
Oh.
I'm hoping, I think I'm going maybe in the end of May and we'll spend the summer. Yes.
Oh, you're back. Good
Oh,
for
yes.
Yeah. How are your lessons going?
What?
How are your lessons?
Really, it's very difficult. And so I told my teacher that I am going to look into a class at a school because the one-on-one is hard virtually, on Skype. And then the book she gave me, it's all in Greek. There's nothing in English. And I'm a visual learner. I need to see it. And I don't even know what the instructions say to do.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean.
So I'm on hold right now until I find, and she's looking for a different book. And I'm also looking for some group classes because it's more fun too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slowly. I know it's going to take years and years and years and years, but.
No, it won't. No, maybe to read and write, but not to learn if you're there and doing it.
I hope.
There's not that many words. It's just, there's a lot of letters that have the same sound that all look different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are your lessons going?
Actually not bad. They're, I'm learning a lot. I can say interesting things like the bread and the fish are pink. I'm like, what? Okay.
Barbara,
Did you
what,
know 70 years ago you had to have Latin and Greek to get into these big schools like
Yes.
Harvard and
Yeah,
Yale and
Finally
all
getting
that?
my letters where I can recognize the letter. If it
Yes.
looks like an English T, it sounds like an R.
I
If it looks like-
know. Or the N that looks like a V, it's
Yeah.
like
Barbara, what language are you studying? What
Greek.
language?
Greek.
Greek.
Oh, you're also studying Greek. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah.
Who
Well,
knows? After this trip, we all may want to learn Arabic.
I don't think so.
Well, over here, the people of Greek heritage send their kids to school on Saturday, like a
Yeah.
special Greek school or a Hebrew
Greek
school or whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah. We weren't near any place that had that when I was little. My brother and sister went, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I used
Yeah.
to. I had a great girlfriend for many years, and we went to the weddings and all these Greek things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I speak a little bit of Arabic. My grandparents immigrated from Lebanon when they were teenagers.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
I
Cool.
can speak